Once upon a time, there was a mountain. Oh, wait, no. There was a legend of a mountain. Oh, Not specifically of the mountain, I mean. There was a... Okay, let's start again. Once upon a time, a strange legend of a magical chalice hidden in the dark mountains had spread across the lands. It was all bling and bling, but that was not all. It was also said to grant whomever possessed it eternal joy. Convenient, eh? In a village near the mountains, our hero resides. He's what's popular these days? A violinist, yes, a violinist. He made quite a name for himself through his feats, fighting monsters like...
Ha! Swish! Pew 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 pew!
You've accidentally skipped ahead a few millennia. Anywho, this hero guy had decided that he was going to get that chalice, and like all amazing quests, he needed a few allies. Naturally, he enlisted the help of a few other famous names. There was the violist, a very super, incredibly, amazingly off script, a master of stealth and talented at scoping out the area for any chalice-like objects. There was also the cellist, a wizard as timid as he was talented in magic. And finally, there was the bass.
Hi.
Yes, him. The group embarked on their noble journey, setting out onto the dangerous mountain pass.
Within the Dark Mountains, the group encountered several mystical beasts.
Ah! Ah!
Hey!
Ah! Oh wait, that's not so scary.
Oh, I mean, screech!
Run!
A few moments later.
I have to admit, of all the things I believed you'd be afraid of, it was not a teensy spider.
A teensy spider? I'm not sure what you define as teensy. That 8-legged Goliath was bigger than the mountain itself.
You must have encountered a different spider from the one I saw. The one I saw could only leave a scratch. Oh? And what does the magic man find so amusing?
Well, I'd say that I am having much more fun than expected. It's not every day that one gets to hear such an aimless conversation.
Well, it is not every day that a hero is afraid of a flea.
Hey, I wasn't the one wailing about a tiny garden snake.
I was not afraid. I just jumped. That's all.
Last time I checked, being startled didn't constitute running up a tree and crying.
Enough! I cannot take such embarrassment any longer. Anyways, you've been rather silent about your reaction to that fly.
You best choose your next words carefully, bassist.
Well, are we not quite the group?
Someone understands. I could watch this for hours.
I I suppose I agree. I've not had such fun in years. There is something unifying and utterly comedic about a common danger.
That's quite the way to put it, but yes, I think even after this child's quest, we should not act as strangers.
Amazing. I'm very fond of that idea.
We temporarily break away from the tale of our hero and co. to talk a little bit about the piece that just played, titled Lullaby to the Moon. The piece tells a melancholic story pondering over the idea of what it would be like if the moon had a conscience. The moon looks upon the earth from a distance, seeing the beautiful lives of the people within it. Never able to join us, the moon sometimes feels alone and somber. Yet even so, the moon's pride always outshines that sadness. The moon is incredibly proud of the lives we lead, the actions we take. Even if we may not feel as if we're on the right path or in the best of places, the moon shines upon us every day, knowing that we all have the power to move forward and better ourselves. With this in mind, we now return to the story of our hero.
We are so close to the chalice. Finally, I can obtain joy, which has evaded my reach for so long. I find it strange how one can accomplish the greatest of feats and obtain the most spectacular treasures, yet joy is always just out of reach. This chalice will be my greatest possession yet. No longer must I worry about that strange hole I feel within my heart, nor the creeping solitude that looms over me. Oh, beautiful moon, how I hope the chalice shines as brightly as you. You know, I just thought about this, but once we find this chalice of wealth, who's getting it?
Getting it? Surely we aren't keeping it as a trophy. We're to sell it and split the commission, are we not?
Of course, that was the plan from the very start.
I do not care for wealth, so you three can split it amongst yourselves.
Sell the chalice. Are they mad? I need this chalice to grant me eternal joy. Please, I must have it for myself.
Why would you need some arbitrary object to grant you something so simple? Surely you must be jesting.
I did not know the hero was also a fool. Tell us another joke.
The hero wells up with rage beyond belief. He could not believe that his just goal had suddenly been shut down so easily.
I will no longer continue this quest with you three. I will find this chalice on my own. I have no need for you.
Wait! Please wait! You will regret this far more than losing a chalice.
Good day.
In the blink of an eye, our charismatic leader had fled, leaving what he may have needed the most. As the hero had wandered out in a rage, he was quick to realize that he had strayed off the mountain path and into a beautiful orchard. He had no clue where to go, and instead plopped himself down in the grass out of frustration.
I seem to be lost, and I was so confident that I could find this chalice on my own, and yet in a matter of few seconds, I am unable to find where to go. What a fool I truly am, and how lonely it is to look upon this beautiful scene without company.
Well, here's the company.
What was that commotion?
The chalice. That thing can bring no joy. It is no different than an ugly rock. It'll fetch no price in the market too.
That cannot be. The legends are sacred.
The legends were a lie. However, the people in front of you are not.
What do you mean?
What you seek is within us.
I am afraid I do not understand.
That's quite alright. You're lost, are you not? Come with us. We know of the way home.
And so the four headed back to their village, making a few jokes that jest to one another. Booming laughs echoed across the fields, and from a distance it almost looked as if the group was shining brightly, like a second sun. The hero had found himself a little fulfilled by the banter, and yet he still could not put his finger on what the cellist meant.
They must have returned with the chalice already. Heroes, may I see the treasure? Surely it's as beautiful as the legends say.
The heroes held their hands up in a shrug, giggling ever so slightly as they showed the man that absolutely nothing was within their hands.
Apologies, sir, but we were not able to return with the chalice.
The heroes are back. Let us ask how they fared.
Was your quest worthwhile?
You could say that.
Well, even with no treasure, I suppose we should throw a celebration for the return of our heroes.
This is quite endearing, but it feels odd having nothing to celebrate.
What are you saying? There is something to celebrate, right?
Of course. Today we celebrate a brand new friendship.
Friendship?
Yes, friendship. I did say you would find your answer within us, remember?
The hero paused. The sparks in his brain whizzed and whizzed, pushing with all their might to find the answer.
That's it.
He had finally understood, wearing a pure smile on his face. The joy he had searched for so desperately within a cold metallic object was within others all along. No amount of reward or glory could ever bring the joy that others held. The hole within our hero's heart began to close.
I am truly sorry for leaving earlier. Thank you for extending your hand to me. I will treasure our connections for eternity. Well then, to friendship.
And so, our four friends celebrated a new beginning, a new chapter including one another.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mr. Porter, the Director of Orchestras at Tompkins High School. And thank you so much for taking the time to attend our special fall presentation, Finding Joy. I'd like to take a moment to send out special thanks to individuals that made this presentation possible. First off, thank you to our student historians, Steven Zeng and EJ Kim, for piecing this presentation together. I'd also like to thank our Booster Club president, Dr. Anna Chen, and the Tompkins Orchestra Friends Booster Club for their strong parent support. Lastly, thanks to our music and video editors, Darren Harroff and Tan Truong. We value your expertise and dedication to the Tompkins Orchestra program. We invite you to close your eyes and picture this for a moment. Pure joy. For you, that can mean remembering a particularly good day with a loved one, or the warmth of the sun on a cold day, the anticipation of a visit with a dear friend, or the moment of peace at the end of a busy day. Joy may feel like a rare occurrence, but there are always ways to experience joy on a daily basis. Unlike happiness, joy is something that must be cultivated by healthy thoughts and habits. In this season of thanks, we hope that you'll take the time to cultivate your own joy. Take time to be thankful for all of your blessings and focus on the beautiful little moments that can bring joy to our lives. Choose joy. Lastly, I'd like to talk about the Katy ISD Santa Cops program. Each year, the Tompkins Orchestras sponsor 12 young Katy ISD students through the Santa Cops program. The Katy ISD Police Department organizes the program by collecting gifts for these students. Again, this year, we're asking students to donate what they can. Our goal is to raise $100 per child in order to make the holidays a little bit brighter for these Katy ISD students. Our students may bring in their cash donations up until December 2nd. KVA students may drop off donations in the orchestra office, or if you'd prefer, you may drop off donations in the front office. Be sure to mark the envelope Orchestra Santa Cops and include what orchestra the donation is from. Our Santa Cops adoption this year include Melody, age 1, Noah and Alexandra, age 4, Princeton, age 10, Maria and Sergio, age 7, Jesslyn, age 6, Elizabeth and Yadir, age 9, Christian, age 12, Melvin and Eliana, age 2. Please note this presentation will remain accessible for you to share with friends and family through the end of 2020. Thank you again for attending, and good night.